special guest today, and I'm going to have her introduce herself.
Jackie. I am a singer.
Hold on, what was it? La Jackie
La
or
Jackie.
LA Jackie?
Not
La.
LA.
We just want to make sure
You
before
gotta
we
say
start.
it, La.
La.
La Jackie.
La Jackie, okay.
Yeah.
Say it again.
Say it again. Yeah.
One more time.
No,
you.
Why me? Go ahead.
You add that little extra wow to it.
Yeah.
The La Jackie. La
Mhm.
Jackie. Okay.
There you go.
Okay.
Nice. All right. Yeah. So I'm a singer. I've also been an actress, model, a little bit of everything. I think, once you get started in the business, there's so many doors, so many opportunities. So always willing to take that risk and just challenge myself.
What did you start off with first? Acting, modeling, or singing?
It's actually really funny. So I started at 16 years old. This was probably back in 2015. I actually started off as a independent reporter. So I
Oh.
had a YouTube channel. It was called Jackie TV Productions. So La Jackie used to be Jackie TV.
Okay.
Yeah, so that was the
Already
start.
running shit. Already.
Yeah.
that
at
was
16?
that was the start. Yeah, I just always was very fond of media, and I love being on camera. I don't know. My mom says ever since I was a young kid, she would always put the camera on me, and I'd be posing. I'd be doing this little side profile thing.
Let's see it. Let's see it real quick. Hold on.
It was just, well, where's the camera?
Yours is right there.
Literally, there's so many home videos of me doing that. It's crazy. But I think it was just I wanted to kind of get into that field, and I didn't know how to get started. And it was that era where YouTube started being a thing.
Okay.
So I remember, all right, I'm gonna make a YouTube channel. Didn't know what I was gonna call it, and I just figured, well, I mean, it's my own show, so she's gonna be Jackie TV.
The La
So-
Jackie show. Okay, that's cool.
It wasn't La Jackie yet.
It
So
was Jackie
it
TV.
was Jackie TV. And so I actually started off just making content, making videos. I enjoy music. I've always enjoyed music. So I used to just make videos kind of going over my top 5 songs of the week. So I would just do my own countdown. It was just music I heard that week. It had nothing to do with what
okay.
was really going on the radio or the listenings. It was more just whatever I was vibing with. So kind of got my start like that. And people just started watching my videos. And then I said, okay, what's the next step? I want to get out there. I love to socialize. I love to talk to people. So I wanted to go into interviewing. So my mom and I bought a mic. Didn't know what we were doing. We got a camera and
That's
just got out
awesome.
there. So shout out to my mom
Yeah.
for coming along on the dream with me. So we used to kind of just go to events wherever musicians were at, wherever they were doing shows, and just kind of ask for, hey, can I take a quick photo with you? By the way, do you mind if I interview you really quick for my channel? And sure enough, a lot of them were super, super kind, and they would, yeah, why not? I mean, they just see
Nice.
this young girl over here trying to do her thing, and a lot of them really gave me that opportunity. And so just started creating content like that, and eventually I just through that networking started meeting publicists, and they would say, hey, we have this event going on, do you want to come? So then I started getting invited with media.
Nice.
I was like, I don't know what I'm doing. So I went along to some of these press conferences, just me, my mic, my phone, just vibing, and everybody was there with these like big TV channel networks. And there was a reporter I had actually met long ago, and to this day still really, really great person. But I remember I ran into him at the first like press conference event I ever went to, and he's like, hey, how are you, what are you doing? And because he kind of knew what I was doing, and he was following my little journey on social media. And I told him, I don't know anyone else here. This is my first time. I'm not really sure how a press conference works. And so he said, you know what, sit with me. I'm going to introduce you as my friend, and we're going to go from there. And sure enough, yeah, that's what we did. I sat with him, and he introduced me to everybody, and he kind of told me, hey, this is the moment where you can ask a question. And so, yeah, I got to learn like that. And so I'm really grateful. There's a lot of really, really great people out there. And so, those were the people that kind of pushed me and encouraged me. And so, that's how Jackie TV went about. But like I mentioned, I always, always loved music. And I was in choirs and everything since I was a kid. But I think growing up being a shy kid a little bit did hold me back from that. Because when you're in choirs, you're singing in a group. So you're with 20 kids in your class on stage. And so to singing on your own, that can be a little scary. And so I'm really grateful to the journey that I did with Jackie TV, because I feel like that made me confident. And so that made me comfortable being in front of people. And so, then I eventually was like, okay, we're going to try this, because I'm a big person that I don't live with what ifs. Like, I just can't. I'm a big believer that I have to try something for the first time, and if I do great, then I know it was meant for me, and if I don't, at least I got an answer.
And you tried it, and
I
now you
tried
can
it.
try something else.
Exactly. So that was just a big what if I had. I said, oh, what would it be like if I just got on the stage and just sang and got it over with? And so, yeah, that's basically what I did. I didn't even think twice. There was a singing competition going on.
Oh, wow.
And I just signed up for it. And just said, okay, well, this is the moment. This is where we're going to do this.
How did that go for you?
It was interesting. So there was 3 songs that they made us sing. I literally think I panicked in the first one. And it got better as the second and third happened.
Did they give it to you ahead of the show, or it was like something that you had to use as an audition or something?
So it was just kind of like they announced it, I think a couple weeks before. So you send in like a link of your like audition. And then they called us to go in person. And then the judges were actual singers, like people that actually know what they're doing. So I was like, oh, girl, here we go. But honestly, I'm grateful for that opportunity because I feel like I was able to get rid of that what if. I'm like, okay, I did it. Great. We're done. Fantastic.
Now you know you can do it, you know.
Yeah.
So it's like,
oh yeah. And then the story gets a little funnier.
uh-oh.
Because my brother's a musician. So my brother, he plays guitar. He has always been a musician. There was never a day he was never playing from his room, and I could just hear him down the hall. But there's this show. It's called Tengo Talento, Mucho Talento. I don't know if you have ever heard of it. It's kind of like the Spanish version of like America's Got Talent, we'll say.
Okay.
And so they were doing the casting for it, and my brother said, "Oh, let's go. I want to go," because my brother wasn't even 18 yet. So he's like, "Come with me." So my mom and I went with him, and I stood in line with him, just being that supportive sister. And somehow they thought I was there to audition.
Oh.
So the person that was kind of giving out the packets and giving the little audition number, she just looked at me and said, "Are you doing this? Here you go." Just walked away. Didn't even give me a second to answer. So I tell people, I'm like, I accidentally auditioned.
Oh.
So
I don't think anything happens by accident, though. It was like there was a reason you were there, and you were meant to be on that stage too. So,
but it was just so crazy the way that it happened. I had no intention of being I was just gonna go support my brother.
Yeah.
And so
Aww.
I remember smacking him in the seats and, "Oh my God, what song am I singing? I have no idea." And he's like, "You really know the lyrics to that one, and you sound great. Do that one." Okay. So yeah, we get up there, and he still did his audition, of course.
Okay.
So he did his audition, and then I didn't have like a backup track or anything. Like, he was literally what I had. So they told him, "When you finish your audition, just scoot over to the side, and she'll sing, but you'll play." So that's what we did. And so one of the things about me is that, and my mother can vouch for this, I think of all her kids, I'm the person that even if I don't know how to do something, I'll still do it and figure it out as I go. So that's basically what I did. That was the mentality I had in that moment. I'm like, all right, well, here we go. So I did the audition, and I got off the stage just thinking like, all right, I did it, done, out of the way. I'm gonna go home now. Like, I'm like, oh, they're not gonna call me. There's no way they're gonna call me. And then I think like a couple days later, I get a call, and they're like, "Hey, we loved your audition. The producers love it. We want you to come on the show, just like how you auditioned with your brother, and we want you to, come on." And I'm like, all right, well, okay. So long story short, I made it to quarterfinals with no heavy experience.
Wow.
I'm like, how? I have no idea, but I think that was just fate. I think that was just meant to happen. And yeah, it was just an amazing experience. And so after I left the show, I didn't have that thought of, I'm going to be a singer. I'm going to keep doing this, because I kind of just jumped in. It just happened for me. And so after I left the show, basically I just went about my life. And if I was at a restaurant with my friends, somebody would recognize me. They're like, "Hey, you were on the show. Sing a song." And then, like when you go to like the mariscos and they have like the band. Yeah, so the band would be like giving me the mic. They're like, "Here, do your thing." And I'm like, "Oh, okay." So
you could sing on it though. You would do it.
I did it. Hey, I wasn't gonna back out. Everybody was looking at me, and I'm like, "All right, here we go." So yeah, and that's just kind of how it, it kept going and happening. And I thought to myself, you know what? I didn't have this as a plan that I was going to pursue, but for some reason life kept giving me moments to do it. So I'm like, why don't I tap into it a little bit more?
Yeah.
And so
well, let's go. How did you tap into it? How did you do that?
Yeah, so I remember one day my brother and I sat and I was talking to him and I told him, I said, why don't I just like record something? Like actually like record something and put it out there. Like, you know, I'm like, I'm not expecting to have like tons of listeners, but at least just make something and put it out there and just see what happens. And so, yeah, that's what we did. We, you know, I went to a studio, we made a song, we posted it on, you know, Spotify, everything like that. And then just started making some live video recordings. I think in English they say it's like the acoustic sessions. I think is how they say it in English. But yeah, so we did in Spanish they say grabaciones en vivo, and so we just did a couple of those videos, posted them on YouTube.
So do you sing normally in just Spanish?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, primarily Spanish. What is regional mexicano?
Okay.
Yeah, so like regional Mexican music is my genre, and through pretty much that, like through the release of the music, through the videos that we were posting, people started calling me up to go to perform at festivals. And so
awesome.
Yeah, so that's why I'm saying, like, you know, little by little, just doors kept opening, and so I ended up performing just in different festivals. And then growing up, I would always hear about there's a radio station called Que Buena. I would always hear about their festival, and that was like the biggest thing that would happen like once a year or so. And so I just thought, oh, that'd be so cool if like one day I just like end up on that, right?
On the radio? That's crazy.
And so one year they were doing their annual festival. It was for Fiestas Patrias. And so, yeah, I got the call and they were like, hey, we want you to open the show. Wow. And I was like, oh, okay. Like, you know, because growing up I would always hear about it and it was like the biggest thing ever. And so my set was only, you know, because I was an opening artist, my set was supposed to just be like 15 minutes. So that's what I prepped, right?
Wow.
I was like, okay, like easy. Like, you know, we'll do a couple songs. I'll say a few things. I'll do a twirl here and there and call it a day. And then while I was up there, no one was like signaling me to like that little cut mark of like, like when you know that last
wrap it up
song.
kind of.
Yeah.
You just kept going.
So I remember someone came up on the stage and they kind of like hovered by my ear and they said, we need you to keep singing until we tell you to stop.
Oh my gosh.
And I was
longer than 15 minutes?
Yeah.
It's kind of weird though, low key. How like did he whisper it? Did he whisper it weird though? Like, I need you to
not creeper status.
No, like, well, I mean, it was a loud event, so there was like all like, you know, all the instruments are going full blast.
Yeah, I'm just messing with you on that part.
But yeah, so I just remember thinking, what does that mean though? Like how
much longer? Like I'm gonna run out of songs.
Exactly, and then with the
long time.
And then with the musicians, I just was feeling bad because I thought, oh my God, will they know what's happening? Because I only prepped with them the songs we were gonna do. And so I just kept leaning towards my brother and I said, okay, let's do this song next. And let's do this song next. And so he would just kind of, I don't know how he did it, but he would guide. He coordinated it. He guided them. Yeah. And we kept going and going and the people loved it. And then eventually, finally, then I got the cue of like, okay, like this is the last one. Like start wrapping it up.
Wrap it up.
Yeah. So then, you know, wrapped it up. And I remember I got off the stage and I asked the sound engineer, I said, okay, like on a for real, like how long did I sing? And he's like, oh yeah, you almost sang for like an hour.
Wow, that's
and I was
crazy.
Like, oh. And I'm like, I was literally just like supposed to be like the opening act for like maybe 2 or 3 songs, and I ended up doing like a whole show.
Wow.
Hell no.
But the way that we managed to keep the crowd engaged was, I think, the highlight of it. To where even though it was almost an hour, people were still like, no, another one. And I'm like, ooh. I don't think I have any more now. I'm like, I think that's it right now.
So were they all like songs that like cover songs you were doing, or songs that you wrote and you and your brother kind of worked on together?
Yeah,
or
so They were cover songs for sure. People love their cumbias.
Yeah.
You just like pull out a cumbia and give them a little rhythm here and there.
So you can sing cumbia?
Okay.
Oh yeah.
I want to hear this.
We can make it fun.
Oh, we're gonna have to hear some of this.
Yeah, we're definitely gonna have to do that.
You can't get away with this whole podcast without singing it.
Just a little clip, a little
Just a
snippet.
little.
A lot of
Not
it.
a whole hour.
Not a whole hour.
We'll get you an hour for that.
Ooh.
But you come back.
The
You
rates
gotta-
are going to start happening. No, I'm just kidding. But yeah, and so that's how pretty much I went from like the reporter into the music section. But like I said, when you go into this business and in any type of business, I think what's really great about it is there's so many branches to it.
Mhm.
So for me, there was just so many outlets that I was able to kind of take advantage of, and so opportunities, I should say. So then people started just asking me like, hey, can you fill in and do like this commercial? Or, hey, I'm trying to promote this. Can you make a video? So it just kind of kept growing and going from there. And so, that's kind of where like that actress element comes into. So yeah, like I've, been like a spokesperson also for just different car dealerships, different products.
But how are you this comfortable? Because you even the way you talk on the podcast, like you seem like you're very comfortable talking. Like how did that come about? Because this is not like an easy thing to do.
Yeah.
Well, putting yourself out there for hundreds of people too is very nerve-wracking. So coming with like not that much experience, but you said you had a little because you were in choirs, but it's different because the limelight's not just on you back then. Now it is. So it's like going into it with these big audiences. How do you have that like courage to just go for it?
Yeah. I don't know. That's a really good
You
question.
seem like you don't give a fuck. That's what it seems
I
like.
think I just enjoy being myself, and I
good.
think I've always considered myself, like I said, just like a go-getter, and I don't know, maybe just like I'm charismatic or something. I don't know.
Well, you say you're involved a lot with the whole like Chamber of Commerce thing. So are you used to talking on stage? Is that how this came about?
I mean, I think like it's just like I said, like once you just start doing one thing, and it may be because I've been doing it for so many years. Because I would like to say that when I started, I probably wasn't this confident and this comfortable. And I think even just the way that I probably project my voice, I want to say has come through time and just as I've like gotten older and just more experience.
That's good though. Yeah. Like that takes you different levels. I'm sure you know that though.
Yeah.
Because you can't just go. It's Chamber of Commerce. You have to be on point for networking to make sure everything goes good, and it's not easy.
Yeah. Oh yeah. And I think networking also just takes you a long way, and that's pretty much a lot of how I've been able to get a lot of the great opportunities that I've had. Is just you never know who you're gonna meet, and you never know when you go to an event. I like to say hi to everyone. I make it a point to make sure that everyone that was there, anyone that I made eye contact with or crossed paths with, I say hi to, because you don't know who they are. And you never know what they're going to walk away with or what opportunity they might bring or what you might bring for them. And so, that's what I love the most about networking. And so at all the events that I've ever gone to, I always, like I said, try to make it a point to acknowledge everyone. And that's how I've built really great friendships and been able to just, support other people.
So you understand the power of networking.
I do.
And how strong that is.
It is, yeah.
And do you have like a team with you? I know you said your mom helped you before when you were doing the YouTube interviews and stuff like that. Now that you've grown to where you're at now, do you have like a team behind you, or is it just solely you on your own?
It's pretty much still my family. Yeah.
Okay.
I say,
well, that's still
like my mom, obviously, she's still involved. I just think she doesn't come out with me as much anymore, just primarily because, I have a younger brother. Mm-hmm. So she's pretty much with him. But we touch base a lot, and she knows that I can take care of myself. So, and then, my brother, like I said, he's obviously, been with me through a lot of that, and I'm grateful for it. And, I want to say it's still my family.
Who's older with you and your brother?
I am. Yeah. People think he looks older because he's taller than me, but I'm the older one.
I have that problem too. I have a younger brother. He's taller than me, but he's the younger brother.
Yeah. How old am I?
I feel like that was gonna be a question that got everybody.
I was gonna ask where are you from? Like, where do you normally perform? Where are you
You're
located,
young,
like
though, it don't matter.
centralized? And then your mom, like your family, are they local too?
Yeah, so pretty much, yeah, all of what's your local LA, Inland Empire area. This is pretty much where I've pretty much performed at, done all my shows, gone to events and things like that. My family, same thing, lives in the area. As far as like their background, obviously, I am Latina. I'm Mexican. On my family side, they're from Sonora. So that's a state in Mexico.
She's Latina again. Say I'm Mexican, Latina. Say it again.
I'm Mexican and Latina.
Ignore him.
Keep
Well.
going. I just keep going.
What projects do you have coming up, or are you looking forward to anything soon, performance wise, or now from moving to music and then going into acting? Is there something coming up for that? What do you have going on?
Yeah, so there's a lot always going on. That's the fun thing about my life is I feel that I
Always
can't-
busy.
Yeah, I can't really project I'm going to do this in a month because I could wake up tomorrow and all of a sudden I have somewhere to be. So that's the fun thing about it. As far as music, obviously, I want to get back into it a little bit more. Get back into the studio, start recording a little bit more, and get a little more creative. I feel like this past year, I've kind of been focusing a little bit more on like the other things. So not so much performing, but that is obviously something I really miss. That's a big part of me. Like I said, music is my life every single day. Because who doesn't listen to music?
Yeah.
Like, you're taking a shower, you put music on, you're like driving in your car,
Life.
you're blasting
Yeah.
music. Even when you're at your desk, like something's always playing. So, I definitely want to focus a little bit more on that, in these coming months. But as far as like, other projects, I just start working with like I said, I work a lot with some of the dealerships, kind of like promoting and, being their spokesperson. So that's a couple of the things you'll see me doing.
You spoke about the music aspect of it all. What's some of your biggest musical influences?
Ooh. Mine's funny because they come from so many different angles. Growing up, obviously I was exposed to Mexican music, but I was also very heavily exposed to country music. And if
Like country then. You're a country girl?
I'm a country girl too, yeah. So if
We're going to have to hear you sing some country music then in a little bit.
Ooh, I don't know about that part. But I just
Just the
know that
Mexican
in some of
music, I
the
get.
in some of the styles, if you hear the recordings I've done with my brother, just even the way that he plays, we try to hold that traditional Mexican music sound, but we obviously implement some of those like roots of country music that we love. And so, if we're talking about country music, I loved Patsy Cline. Like loved. I don't know if you guys know who she is,
Yes.
but loved Patsy Cline. I always make a joke and say that I was her in a past life or something. But yeah, she was probably one of like the biggest influences. Like I always listen to her music and it just like touches my soul. I'm like, ooh, like her voice was like a teardrop. But yeah, that one probably for sure. And then, if we're talking about artists in the genre of music that I do, there's like endless. Like obviously Selena's a huge one that a lot of people always look up to. I think the sweetness of her, just how she's very fun and she was very comfortable and loved to dance. So yeah, I think the influences come from a lot of different angles, but obviously trying to be unique and trying to make it my own way.
That's how it should be. Which one of your songs or performances mean the most to you and why?
I want to say probably the story when we were talking about that festival, just because I always grew up hearing about it. I'd be in the car with my parents and you just hear that little commercials coming on and they were promoting it. So I want to say being able to have been considered for it and having lived the dream of being there, I want to say that was probably a very peak moment.
All right. So why was that so important?
For those same reasons, yeah, I think it was just the excitement, the joy, the pride of it, and I think fulfilling for myself because how I mentioned when I was a young kid, because I know you guys talk a lot about how I'm very comfortable right now on the mic, but it wasn't always like that. Obviously, when I was like in elementary school, I was super afraid of people even looking at me. Like I was so shy and awkward, and but funny enough, I was always whenever I was like in my room or something or in front of the mirror and I had music on, I'd start kind of dancing in front of it as if I was doing a show. But a big part of me was always like, oh, there's no way I'm ever going to do that because I'm so scared. I'm so shy. And so as time progressed and I have been able to overcome that and do all of the things that I've been able to do thus far, I think it's moments like that where I think back on and you know, obviously that little girl is still in me. And I feel like sometimes maybe I'll kind of get quiet here and there. But I've been able to, like I said, overcome that and be able to like fulfill a lot of the things that I thought maybe I couldn't have done before.
Do you think those events that you've performed in or opportunities that have presented itself to you kind of helped you to evolve and kind of grow out of that, like shyness?
Oh, yeah, most definitely. Yeah. I actually, funny enough, the other day I was going through my channel. It's been so long since I've peeked on there. And I was looking at...
Is it still up
it's
on YouTube?
It's still up, yeah.
Oh, okay.
You can see...
Your YouTube? Is it a YouTube
my
channel?
YouTube channel,
Okay.
yeah. You can still see my awkward interviews. But...
About to do another one.
Yeah, but yeah, I was looking at like one of the first few videos that I uploaded and just seeing how I was there to how I am now. It's crazy because you're
really good at being interviewed. Like you're really good at it now.
Thanks.
For real, yeah.
Yeah, because when I was looking at it, obviously at the time when I was recording it, I thought, oh, I look amazing. Like I sound great. Like, 10 out of 10. And now as time has gone and I rewatch it now after all the experience and all the practice, I'm like, ooh, I can see the growth. I can see where room needed improvement.
But it's the confidence I think that you had even back then that kind of like kept you going and kept you motivated and just in that lane where there was no stopping you. I feel like that's the energy that I'm getting from you and hearing your story and your journey. That's awesome.
Well, what got you to that point where you're able to talk like this in front of people? It's not normal. It's not easy. It's just not the way it goes. So like, what was it like? I know you said you're involved in the chamber and you got kind of no choice but to stand up and talk in the chamber when they do that whole round thing. So what kind of got you to that point?
I want to say most of all, probably believing in myself. And the other thing is you guys are probably going to laugh at me. And this will make sense in a moment. But I love scary movies. Love scary movies. Like Halloween's my favorite time. Have you watched Carrie?
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
Okay. So you know the scene when she's on the stage and there's a voice just saying they're all going to laugh at you?
Mm-hmm.
That's sometimes what I used to think about before.
You're a little
when
dark.
I was,
you're a little dark.
But that's what I'm saying. It's kind of funny. But
yeah.
Before, when I was still learning to get comfortable and not get nervous, I used to kind of tell myself in my head, like, don't mess up because they're going to laugh at you. Like, don't get nervous. Like, go out there, just do it. And that's what I'm saying. It sounds crazy, but I didn't mean it in a bad way to myself. It was
like a pep talk.
It was, yeah. And I think because, like I said, because it's something that I like, I kind of just found it as like, all right, comfort. I don't know. I like all the horror stuff. But yeah, so I think I used to have that play in my head. And then I'm like, all right, well, let's go on stage and just do it.
So it was constant work. So with that, what's something that people don't see or understand about the work that you put in?
I think it's the discipline. Because one of the things I've always heard is you can have the talent, but if you don't hustle and have the discipline, it won't get you far. And so I obviously, like I said, I've grown a lot. And even when I started singing, I never considered myself to be like an amazing vocalist. And I still feel that there's always room to grow and improve. But yeah, when I first, let's go the music route. When I first started singing, obviously I didn't sound the best, but I believed, in myself and I loved what I was doing, and obviously putting the work, trying to be better. And I'm very, very grateful for my brother, because he knew a lot about music.
How much older was he from you when you were growing up? Well, I mean, same shit.
Yeah.
How old was he?
We're just like a 2-year difference.
Okay.
Yeah.
He's still trying to find out your age.
No, I'm really not.
Yeah. So he, like I said, just
you were close
practicing.
then. You were close.
Yeah, and so practicing a lot with him. I would always tell him, please correct me if I don't hit the note or if this doesn't sound good.
She you like you to be accountable.
You guys are
Accountable.
close,
Like,
then
hey.
it sounds
Yeah.
like.
No, but she likes to be accountable for her actions.
Well, yeah, that's
So are you going to
You know,
see
like the
something
female conversations we have over here.
okay. He's on a whole different topic. Let's focus here.
Yeah.
No, for real. That's
Yeah.
good though to be accountable.
Yeah.
Yeah, because like I said, there's always room to grow and learn. And I just don't like to be comfortable.
Yeah.
So it's always trying to find a way to evolve. And so, like I said, just, working with my brother and as we were going through songs, he'd always stop me and say, no, one more
Oh,
time.
really? He'd really do that. That's
Oh,
cool.
yeah. Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
No, he was not nice about it, but it's what I needed because
Yeah.
he knew me and that was just our dynamic. So,
But it's because how close you were. Because my kids are really close to each other.
yeah.
So I can see that. They'll be little assholes to each other. They don't care.
Yeah.
There's no filter when it comes to that kind of stuff.
But,
which is cool.
we mean it with love.
Yeah.
Yeah,
exactly.
I'm
That's
like,
what I'm
it's
saying,
different
though.
when it's
Yeah.
siblings. It's you.
That's what I like
mean
about
well.
it though. Like
Yeah.
they're like honest with each other. They
Mhm.
love each other
Yeah.
to death.
Yeah.
So you love your brother. They get really close to him.
Oh, yeah. I think all of my siblings. Yeah.
How
Each
many,
one in their
how
own
many
way.
siblings are there?
So including myself, there's 5. So
Okay.
3 girls, 2 boys.
And are you the oldest out of everyone?
I'm the second
We're trying to
oldest.
find out. Still,
No,
second
I'm not going to ask the age.
age.
I'm just wondering if you're the oldest out of the siblings. That's all.
I'm the second oldest.
second oldest.
Yeah.
I was the oldest one.
When so now going back to your art, okay, where do you see yourself
Keep fishing.
going now? Where, because you said you do a lot of stuff for like the dealerships, is that what you said? Like your
like promos. And
promos.
things like that. Yeah.
Where do you see yourself now moving forward? Like what are you trying to get into?
I feel like the one thing like 2 things. There's like 2 things that I haven't done yet that I think would be super, super cool one day. Throwing it out there. Anybody wants to help me out? I, for some reason, have always wanted to try being like a radio host. Yeah.
We're
It's
kinda
kind of
doing it
crazy.
right now.
Yeah, it's kind of crazy, but I've always wanted to try that.
Have you applied?
No. But that's just because I've had so much happening. But I've always had it in the back of my mind of like, what if like one day, I just for fun.
You'd be good at it for sure. You're flowing. You're flowing today.
Thanks. Yeah.
So aside from music and promo videos in the chamber, what else are you involved with? Like, what other projects?
So I actually like pageants.
Oh, okay.
I do. So I was
Like to be in them or to organize them?
like compete and,
Oh,
and
compete.
also kind of help
So you were in
as
pageants
well.
when you were younger.
No. I got into pageants when I was probably 16, probably about around the same time when I started in media. So everything kind of went hand in hand. Because I just figured, well, if I'm going to put myself out there, I might as well just go all the way. Might as well challenge myself, try everything right now that I feel like I'm confident. The fake it till you make it type of thing. And
the
so, yeah, I ended up actually winning Miss Fontana in 2023. So I got to have that title for a year. So that was
Nice.
fun.
What perks came with that?
What perks came with it? You get a really nice crown. No, I'm just kidding. No, like I think just that community involvement. I love the community and I love people and I love those interactions and I think that's really important. So, aside from all of the things that I've gotten to do, I obviously always have to think about the fact that I'm also influencing people. I'm inspiring other people. And so that's what I love about that. And so I got to go to different events and just see the little girls run up to me and just, they thought I was like a real life princess. They didn't know what Miss Fontana was. They thought I was like Cinderella or something.
She has
but
a crown.
Yeah, but they get so excited about it. So it's little reminders of that keep me going and always being mindful of what I do and what I say, because obviously whatever, I choose to portray or say or do can inspire others as well.
Is that basically what your message for you as a person in your brand, what you want people to take from that? Like women, kids, girl, young little girls, because they're all watching,
Yeah.
and it's a big influence, like you said, especially being out there and putting yourself out there in different networks and stuff. So that's good.
Yeah, most definitely.
What's one of the most memorable interactions you've had with a fan? Message or interaction, either way.
Okay, I have a good one. It was at one of the performances that I had. I remember, and this happens a lot. I don't know. I'm assuming this happens to other artists too, but this happens a lot where I'm done. That's my show, and then the audience is like, one more, and whoever's on the stage will say, all right, one more. Here you go. So I remember I did my whole show, and then I'm like, okay, well, what song am I gonna sing? Like, what do I give these people? And I like looked at this girl in the audience, and I don't know. I just felt like I'm gonna sing this one song. And I sang that song. And then I got a message later that day where she DM'd me on Instagram and she said, hey, I just want to say the song you sang was actually the song my boyfriend dedicated to me. And that, right that day that they were at the show, they were celebrating, I guess, their anniversary. So she said it was kind of crazy that you looked at me and then you sang that song. And so I think it's moments like that. And so, so she didn't even know who I was.
Mm-hmm.
She was just someone that was attending. I think she was there for like the next artist after me. And so then, I was able to kind of like get her to be a fan.
What song?
It was, it's a song in Spanish. It's called El Amor de Mi Vida. So it's like the love of my life. Yeah. It was a cute song. I had never sang it before. And I had like learned it the night before just because I really liked it. So I think in a way like that was meant to happen.
So you actually check your DMs.
I do check my DMs.
That's good.
Yeah.
That's good.
Yeah, because why not? I think a lot of people don't. And sometimes it does get overwhelming, I will say. So I'm like, bear with me sometimes if I take a little longer to reply. But, because I know what it's like too, because I've also been a fan of other people. And like I said, when I did the media and when I was interviewing, I used to just reach out to different people and say, hey, I'm a fan, this is what I do. So I get it. So that's why I enjoy those interactions.
Well, you being a fan of other individuals, what's a dream collaboration that you have, whether it's music or film?
There's many. I would say if we're talking about music, there's a group called Grupo Frontera. I don't know if you've like met them or like about them, but I actually got to meet them. And they're super, super nice. Like, super nice. I got to be in their music video. It was for a song called Quédate Conmigo. So if you watch it, you'll see me doing a couple spins and dancing in that video.
Nice.
But I really love their personality and I love their style. And so I think that would be fun, especially because they do a lot of cumbias. So I think, like, we could do something fun,
You said you met them before?
Yeah.
How did you meet them?
So the production team that was shooting their video reached out to me. That was the other part I forgot to mention. I have been in music videos as well. So the production team reached out to me and they told me about the video, kind of gave me the info. So I went to the set and, to me it's like work. So I'm like, okay, there's no guarantee I'm going to talk to them or get a photo or anything like that. But they were the coolest individuals ever. Like, they were just vibing with everybody that was there. In between the takes, they were just kind of playing random music. And so it was really fun. So I got to take a photo with them. But obviously I didn't get to sing with them, but that's okay. But I think that would be something really fun just because I really like their music.
You're going to manifest it. It's going to happen.
We're going to throw it out there.
Yes.
Manifestation.
Yeah.
Putting it out in the universe.
Yeah. We don't do that here. I'm just
What?
playing.
Yes, we do. We make stuff happen.
We
I
do.
just have to mess with that.
Mel, you wanna read some of the
Yeah, we got some chats in there.
Okay, so we have St. John's Gaming, fire emojis, yes. Lemony Fresh, Lemony Fresh News, sing a song. So that's what we're gonna get into in a little bit. She said she will sing something for us. Naturally Nicey, would you ever be a voice actor? That's a good question.
I mean, hey, why not?
doing voiceovers?
We're gonna have a voice act. So the guy
Yeah.
that talks for Beast Boy, he's gonna come on the pod. I've been talking to him. Teen Titans. You know what that is?
Yeah.
So the guy that talks for Beast Boy, I've been going back and forth to them. So voice actor type stuff. You know.
Wow.
I think Chicano Hollywood was having something like that too coming up. He had posted it on Instagram, something about doing like a voice acting thing. Well, I'll share it with you after. Lemony Fresh News says, you ever have a terrible fan interaction?
Oh, that's a good question, actually. Burn. Give him the burn.
Yeah.
Tell us about it. I want to know about it.
Yeah. I mean, it wasn't like anything, oh my God, run. But it was more, I think there's some people that get a little too excited. And so, as I mentioned, I do respond to my DMs, and I love to say, oh, thank you, whenever people encourage me or send me a message. There was one person that would always, hype me up, and, and I saw it like normal because a lot of people would do that. And so I would just say, thank you so much. Like, hope you have a great day, blah, 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 blah. Well, I think in their mind, they thought it was more than that.
You guys were in love or
like
some
they
shit?
thought we were in love.
Oh my gosh.
So, I remember, like, I think a day or two went by, and sometimes you lose DMs because you get other messages. So I didn't realize, but this person was having a full-on conversation in my DMs.
Oh shit!
As if they were talking to me, but I wasn't responding. If that makes sense.
Yeah.
Like, it just kind of kept going, and so
What the heck?
I was like catching
That's
up, and
funny.
I'm like, oh, we're fighting now, and no, now we're back together, and yeah,
Oh,
and
shit.
I thought, oh, okay. So I didn't say anything because I didn't know what to say. I was like, oh, I don't know what's happening.
Blocked.
And then I think,
Blocked.
but then here's where the crazy interaction happened. They ran into me in person.
Oh shit! How'd that
That's what I
go?
was gonna ask.
So I was
They were
at,
in love with you. They had a whole relationship. and
yeah,
you
we
didn't
had a
know
whole
about it?
relationship. We apparently had
That's
like
crazy.
Kids and shit. And everything.
yeah, like
What
it,
the- hold
it
on,
was
wait a minute, what?
crazy.
This is an
Explain.
Eminem song.
Explain.
Literally.
So
Like,
explain this.
oh my
shit.
god, wait, hold on. There was even one where I think he said, hey, like, my ex wants to get back, but I really want to be with you. Like, it was crazy. I was like, go with your ex, like, not me.
I don't even know you.
Yeah, so
I
I
was
was-
that's some weird ass shit. Really?
and so yeah, I was at a restaurant, and I remember I want to say I was with my sister, and so I like, when you feel someone staring at you. So I had one of those moments where I'm like, I feel like someone's looking at me, and I remember looking up, and I like looked across at another booth, and he was just like
Oh,
locked
shit.
in,
That's
and I was
so
like,
creepy.
and I'm like, why does he look familiar? And then I thought, like, please don't be that person.
Oh shit! You already knew who he was, kind of though.
Well, because at some point you know
Yeah.
where the
Yeah.
the warning signs are at. So I was like, wait a minute.
Oh.
And so I remember I think he like walked by and made it a point to like walk by like where I was sitting at, and kind of just came up to me, and like, I'm gonna use you as an example. He just like grabbed my hand and was like, oh my god, it's so nice to meet you. And
Oh
once
my gosh.
once he did that, I was like, oh, that's him. Like, I knew. And I
Wow.
was like, yeah, likewise.
Was it somewhere local, like if you might run into him again, or was it somewhere
No,
like
I think it was just, I
far?
think it was just random. I want to believe it was just random. I don't know, but
I'm saying where you were
yeah.
at when that happened.
I mean, it's like a public setting, but
Mm.
I haven't seen them since. We're gonna knock on wood. But
He's watching.
yeah.
What's up, man? How you doing? What's going on? How's it for
Yeah.
Baaz? What's going on?
Yeah, but I remember that's what happened, and I just was like, he left. Like,
Low
literally,
key,
that
he's
was it.
probably watching.
But
for
that
real,
was
though.
like, that was it. Like, he didn't say anything else. Like, he just shook my hand, acknowledged me, left. And I just remember telling my sister, what just happened? Like, oh my god. Like, I'm like, let's wait a little before we leave. But no, like, I never saw them again. But I just know, like, I think that day after they left, then the DMs were blowing up again, and the love story kept happening.
the love story.
The love story.
Damn.
And I was
It's that deep.
yeah, it was
Damn.
that deep. I'm like, yeah, at some point, I
You
think
love
I
him-
like.
Do you love him? Tell him if you do or not. On the screen right here.
Did
Do
you
you
say
have-
do you love him?
Oh.
Just tell him if you do. Say I hate you or I love you. Just
Oh
tell
my
him.
gosh, don't encourage.
No.
We'll bypass that.
That
Mel,
means
what were you
that
saying?
means she thinks
I
you're
was
a
gonna
freak.
ask, do you have
She thinks you're a
someone?
freak.
Do you have someone in your life now, romantically, or just you're
I'm
focused on
just-
you?
I'm
kinda-
just. I'm at
Yeah.
peace. I'm at peace. Like,
She's
I
at
think.
peace.
She said I'm
That means
single.
she has nobody in her life. And she's
I
at
think,
peace.
I am. I
don't know if that question was helping the whole topic.
I will say, I know because a lot of people probably want the black and white answer. I will say.
Black answer.
Oh my
Oh
gosh.
my gosh.
He wants to
The-
know.
Give him some water.
I said the black and white answer.
there we go.
Like, to the
So
point.
clear cut.
Go ahead, Jackie.
Yeah, not married. I don't have kids. I only have a dog.
Oh, she wins.
What kind of a
So-
dog?
Okay.
Yeah.
She's a Chihuahua. Yeah. Yep.
Do it again. Do the yeah again. Yeah.
happening right now.
Jacob is what's happening right now.
Hey, they're connected with me. They know what I'm doing over here.
Production.
Yeah, production
Oh
knows
my
what's up.
gosh.
We're on the same page.
No, you're on a page of your own.
So what's next for Jackie? What are you looking forward to next?
I think wherever life takes me. I feel that obviously things can change, so you never know. And I carry a really great piece of advice that I got from a booking agent a couple years ago. She said, you want to take advantage to do things that are fun while people want to hire you to have fun. Because it is fun. Like everything that I get to do, obviously I love it. So to me, it's fun. Because she told me, she said, you know, obviously things can change. You never know. So she said, maybe you get to a point where maybe they don't want to hire you for fun anymore. So she's like, just take advantage. And so I kind of like, you know, tying back to that question about the voice acting, I'm like, sure, why not? You know, because I think I'm just in a place where who am I to say no to a good opportunity, because you never know what's going to come from it. So, yeah, I just think, like I said, wherever life takes me, whatever great opportunity comes my way, I'm willing to take it and just learn and grow and just be myself.
Ding, ding.
Do you have any songs that you want to sing or share with us today?
Yes, she does.
A little,
Yes, I
a
do.
little.
Yeah, we want to hear one for
We're
sure.
gonna
You want to
hear.
hear one? I wish I would have brought my brother. You know, we would have done this right here. I sing in Spanish, as I said, so I'm
That's
sorry.
cool. We
We
like
love
that.
it.
I'm
yeah.
sorry.
The last guest we had, she sang in Spanish too.
Yeah.
You
Oh,
you
yeah?
ain't scaring nobody on
Yeah.
that
All
part.
right, perfect. At least I know no one's gonna feel
I like
offended.
that. Yeah, we're good on that.
Let's
What do you want to sing?
see. What am I vibing
John,
with?
Can you airdrop like a beat, or do you want to like do a cappella? What do you want to
Not
do?
a beat. I'm like I'm not like that.
No, I'm just playing. Like, what do you want to do?
An instrumental song.
I mean, you can pull up one of mine. I'll sing along with it.
Well, what's the beat though? Like, do you got a beat for it?
What is your
Um,
song?
So
'Cause they would have to do it over there.
they'd have to do it over there.
John, you want to come here real quick? We're gonna she wants to sing a song.
Yeah, you can pull
Yeah,
it
you
up.
should be able to pull it up.
Which one? Name it.
There's one that I have. It's called En Peligro de Extinción. It's on YouTube? Yeah.
He's gonna do it right now. So everybody just hold up. We're gonna be pulling up the song right now so she can sing with it. Keep talking so that
Mm-hmm. Or if not, I mean, I'll do it like this, acapella.
if
if
you
it's
want to do
easier.
acapella, that's fine.
Yeah.
It's whatever you're
Whatever.
Whatever
you're
you feel like
yeah.
the best doing.
Or I'm like,
wanna
I'm not
do
even warmed
acapella?
up or
And there's one
nothing.
right there for you.
For real, I'm like, let me
I got you in the
water.
backup. Don't worry about it.
Yeah. Thank you.
That's one of the ad libs.
You're my echo. All right, so it's called En Peligro de Extinción. It's one of the songs that it's a cover, but I obviously have it on, you know, if you go find me on Spotify, YouTube, and I do sing it whenever I go out. So it's Me voy, pero me llevo todo lo que te ofrecí. Si un día dije que te amaba, no lo vuelvo a repetir. Las horas en la madrugada, cuando no podrías dormir. ¿Quién era la que te acompañaba? La que estuvo siempre ahí. Si me lo hubieras pedido, te juro que yo había corrido hasta el fin del mundo para darte mi mano. Pero era ahí lo malo, no fui correspondida. That's a little piece.
Give her the. That's crazy because your voice don't even sound like you sing. That's crazy. Like it just came out something different.
I've heard that.
Very angelic.
I have heard that.
You know what I'm talking about? 'Cause
Very
we
angelic.
have a lot of artists that come on here, but their voice sounds like the music they're doing. Your voice completely changed. That was pretty dope. That was pretty badass. Yeah.
So am I a voice actor? No, I'm just
Yeah.
kidding.
You're a voice actor.
You could be.
Yeah.
Whatever
And you know
wanna
what's
be.
funny? I have heard that. And, I don't really sing in English, but the few times that I have, it's just like singing the national anthem.
I would have never thought that voice would come out of you.
Oh.
Because you literally
Yeah.
talk so different than the way
Yeah.
you sing. That's wild.
Beautiful voice, for
Thank
sure.
you.
Don't you say a word. We're not doing that.
He's still waiting for the age.
We're not doing that.
I was already
For
ready.
real.
You already know.
I'm like,
Yeah.
I'm over 18. I will give you that.
Okay, we're good there. We could go.
Oh my gosh. I can't with you.
So what's
man.
next for you? What's going on? Like, what do you want all this to lead to? What is your big thing that you want to do?
I want to say just being able to just be independent and happy, I think, like I said, when you love what you do, you're just joyful with it. Obviously life's going to have its moments. You're going to go through things, so you're not always going to be joyful. But at least if you have something you look forward to doing, you're going to have a smile when you do it. And so I think just that freedom and independence of, being able to do what I love to do and just having that creative side. I think just being able to just live off of it. Yeah. I think, a lot of people chase their dreams and, for certain things that happen, you got to take a pause on it. To which I have too. I think obviously there's, little gaps that you have to take, but sometimes you need that. And I think it's a good reminder of like why you started in the first place. And as I started when I was 16, and I've kind of just been going from there. And so, who she was then to who I am now is very different. And you go through phases, and sometimes there's moments where you feel like giving up, and that's okay.
Mhm.
It's just a part of being human. It's a part of being real. And so, yeah, there was a couple of times where maybe I thought, okay, I've been doing this for so long. Maybe that's it. Like maybe I don't have anything else to give, or, and that's where those like good relationships that you have in your life come into play, and just my family. So sometimes when I felt like, oh, maybe I don't have anything else to give, like, okay, like, maybe I try something else, or maybe, I feel like people can have opinions.
But what did you do to push through that? Like what?
Yeah, just like I said, remember why I started. So sometimes, if you need to take a break, take that break. Like take the break, connect with nature. At least for me, I love to be outdoors. And so, I'd go on a hike or just, sit up on a hillside and just kind of think about, okay, why am I doing this? Like, why does this bring me joy? And so, and then I realized that obviously the one person that's going to be with me my whole life is me. So, what makes me happy? And so being on stage
what
makes
is
me
it?
happy.
What makes you happy? I'll say that. So
Yeah.
you said
Being on stage makes me happy, and being able to entertain and make people laugh. I don't know, because even when I'm singing, I'll say random things and get the audience cackling. I just
Mhm.
think that's just my personality, and that's
Interacting
who I am.
with them.
Yeah, and so I realize like that's what brings me joy. And so when I'm away from it, it's like, I miss you. Like, where are you at? Yeah. So I want to say that's probably what kept me motivated in those moments where I felt like, maybe I'll stop, because it was that pause that I needed, where I'm like, okay, let's come back better. Like now we know why we're gonna keep going. Because like I was saying, like obviously people have opinions, and like not everyone's going to like what you do.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe some people are gonna say that I don't sound great, and that's okay. And that's fine. And but I think, like I said, as you're, when you're starting at a young age and you're getting older, sometimes it's maybe they're right. You kind of start falling into that, where you start thinking like, okay, like, I'm seeing
Agreeing
these
with
comments, and like,
them.
maybe now it's starting to affect me a little bit, of like, maybe this person's opinion is true. And so, and that's okay, because I've seen a lot of people where they can relate, and they tell me, you know what, yeah, I've gone through that too. But like I said, it's just remembering why you started, why you want to achieve that, why you want to keep going, and just, having that full acknowledgement that people are open to have their own opinion, and it's okay, because you're doing it for yourself, and obviously the love of it.
So last question. So if your heart can speak to the audience and tell everybody who you really are deep down inside, what would that say?
I want to say I'm someone that has a lot of love. Like, I love people, and I remember the tiniest things about people. It's really crazy. Like, I meet people maybe once or twice, and there's little things where maybe if it's like the way people create an expression, or maybe the way people move their hands, or just little things like that. I think I really am very considerate of. And so I'm just very genuine, you know, because I think I would love to treat people the way I want to be treated. Like, as cliche as that sounds, it's very true, because there are some mean people out there. And, you know, obviously in the industry, there's a lot of really great people, but sometimes there's maybe not so nice people. And so I think it's because of some of those interactions, I always tell myself, like, I don't want to be that person. Like, that's just not the energy I want to give, because I'm huge on energy. I'm big on energy. And so I love people. I love, you know, all the good vibes. And so, yeah, I just want people to know that I'm just someone that cares. Like, you don't have to be in what I do. You could literally just be like, you know, someone that just loves taking care of their plants, or like, you know, just someone that just loves interacting with pets. Like, I'll hold a conversation with you, and we'll relate. I'll give you advice. You give me advice. We're going to walk away learning something from each other. But yeah, I'm just a big people person.
That's dope. Yeah. Any last things you want to say to the audience? Anything?
And where they can find
where they
you,
can find
social
you,
media.
like last thoughts, whatever you want to say.
My last final thoughts. Well, I just want to say thanks for this opportunity. It was just really fun getting to sit here with all of you. It's a really great space. Like I said, I'm big on energy, and I think the energy in this room is just really great. Every single one of you.
Even
better me though.
Even you. Even
me.
Even you.
Oh
yeah.
shit! Fuck yeah!
I'm like the vibes are vibing.
Vibing.
Yeah.
I heard that.
Yeah, but thank you to everybody that's watching. If you don't already follow me, you can find me on Instagram as La Jackie Oficial.
La Jackie, not LA Jackie.
Not LA Jackie, it's La. Yeah. We hang out in LA a lot, but it's La. Yeah. And then my YouTube channel does still exist, so it's Jackie TV Production. If you want to go look at some of that old content, and who knows, maybe I'll start posting some more things on there. Yeah.
We're gonna subscribe. How's over Baaz?
Yeah.
Thanks. Thank you. I appreciate the love.
We appreciate you coming on though. It was dope. We had a great conversation. You killed it today. So good
Thanks.
job. So our slogan is "Shed the Sheep." So we're gonna look at the camera on 1, 2, 3. We're gonna say "Shed the Sheep." 1, 2, 3.
Shed the sheep.
Howls over Baaz. I'm Jacob Casas.
This is Ambishun of Black Cup.
And it's Melanie.
It's on you.
And this is La Jackie.
La Jackie, we appreciate you coming on. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Go look at her YouTube channel. We are out. Peace.